Nope.
What is up, you guys? My name is James from James Reptiles. Today we're going to be talking about what's in that tank down there, but before we do so, we need to talk about what's in this tub right here. So let's jump right into it. So this tub right here, if you've seen the channel, if you've paid attention to reptile room tours, or if you know me, this is my favorite snake right here. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I happen to very much love blue animals, really long colubrids, and just really good eaters tend to be my favorite. So this girl right here, let me try to get her out for you. Her name is Esmeralda, and she is my Vietnamese Blue Beauty rat snake. So let me pick you guys back up there. Obviously, Blue Beauty rat snakes aren't really blue. If anything, they're more of a gray blue, and as they're younger, they're not even that gray. They kind of fade into it. I have a feeling she's not going to be too blue as an adult, but nonetheless, I love her all the same. She can be a little defensive sometimes. I obviously, I wouldn't take my other hand and put it right in her face like I'm doing with the camera, but I'll hold her, and for the most part, she just stays balled up. Like so, because she's a little stressed out. But this tub that she's in is a little small for her. I want to put her in that one down there, but I think what I'm gonna do before I do that is put my male gargoyle in there for a couple weeks, see what he does. I might move some cresteds around and free up another tub for her, but I'd love to do something like that. In the meantime, I also want to get one of those big racks for large colubrids. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to get yet, or how I want to do it, but I'd like something for them, because when they do breed in a couple years, I want to, or when I do breed them in a couple years, I do want to, hold. Realistically, I would love to hold 3 or 4 babies back, just so I can, make this a mainstay project in my collection and keep it here for years to come. Might as well start it off good, right? Alright, so this tank right here that's currently parked next to Sherry's yarn, there's definitely not really any spot for it over there. I could reorganize and put it up over there, which I probably will end up doing. It'll probably be on that second from the top shelf up there, but in the meantime it's just chilling down here. I have no plans to do anything with it right away. But like I said in the second ago, I do plan on breeding these snakes, and I do have tape so the snake does not get out. So if you know what I mean, then you'll know that this, and if you've seen my Instagram, you'll know also that this, wherever he is, give me a second. Alright, so this is Frederick. Frederick is my male Vietnamese Blue Beauty snake I just picked up the other day, and I am excited to show him to you guys. Alright, so here he is in all 4 foot of his glory. He's a year and a half old male Vietnamese Blue Beauty snake. He was originally purchased, I forget who the original breeder was, but I was there when he was purchased by my friend Tristan, who works at a local reptile store. We had gone to a reptile show together, and he had talked to the guy to pick this snake up, and he had plans to breed it with someone else. Tristan's recently gotten out of the hobby. He's sold a lot of his animals, though he still works at the reptile store. He just focuses more on fishing, and I told him, if you ever go to sell it, ask me. I'm willing to buy it from you. A little bit of backstory on this snake. The dad to this snake was 12 foot 9 inches, so almost a 13 foot rat snake. I don't know how big the mom was. She probably wasn't, anything extraordinary, because otherwise we would know that too if she was like 10 plus foot. But he's definitely got a rat snake attitude. Esmeralda's pretty chill. I mean, I hold her usually once a week, but I've been holding this guy every day to every other day, and last night especially, he would let me just pick up the hide and I'd pick him up just fine. Last night he definitely did not like that. I lifted up the hide and he turned his head, started striking, and keeping his mouth open and even hissing a little bit as he does. You can tell right now he's ready to strike. So with this male and my female Esmeralda and Frederick, as soon as Esmeralda is big enough, I'm gonna start pairing them, and I really hope to breed them. These, like I said, these are my favorite snakes. I'm lucky enough to where my favorite snake's not like a $1,200 ball python. I picked him up for a reasonable price, and the female, I picked up for a reasonable price for a female as well. And I mean, just look at him. He's so angry, so cantankerous. But you can tell he's definitely a lighter shade of gray, almost some blue hues in there in that middle pattern. Vietnamese blue beauties have like 3 patterns. They have the front with the black eyes, and then it's kind of bland, and they have almost a tiley pattern. And in the end, you can see his tail right there is like gets darker with the yellowy stripe on it. And that's just something rat snakes have a lot, is multiple colorations and patterns, and ending with a stripe. So hopefully I can get these guys to breed in a couple of years. This is one of my favorite projects. I want to really calm this guy down. I don't know how well that's going to go though, because he's a rat snake and he's pretty hungry. So I'm kind of at a turning point right now. One thing I'm deciding on doing is getting one of those really big vision racks with either 70 quart tubs or even the really, really big ones that are like huge size. I know my buddy Armando has a rack with those. I know that rack's very expensive though, so I'm kind of on the fence about that, and I don't know how well it would fit in here along with the weight of it. But other than that, I was thinking of some PVC cages, one for each of them, maybe like, that's a 40 gallon, which is what, 1.5 by 1 foot by 3 foot. I was thinking maybe like a 2 foot by 2 foot by 4 foot enclosure. I don't know if my dimensions are right. 2 by 4 by 2, something like that. Whatever, 4 foot long, 2 foot tall, 2 foot across. Maybe even another foot tall, just because I know they do like climbing, and I've seen all mine climb. But I want to give these guys, a good home. So I don't think I'm gonna get them in a rack. I think I might go with PVC enclosures. Probably ones that stack, just because I plan on keeping a bunch of them in the future. Or maybe like one of those racks that's like 4 2 by 2 by 4s all together, and maybe I could pick one of those used up at a show. And Vietnamese blue beauty rat snakes, I know my buddy Tristan gave me a heat lamp with it, and he used it for his. I don't intend on using it. I don't use it for Esmeralda. I don't actually keep any of my colubrids on heat. The only snake I keep on heat is my ball python. And here in California, the temps are close enough where I don't find it necessary to supplement heat. I think it's, a waste of space, a waste of electricity. I think it's just, it's a hazard. The heat's, that's where something goes wrong. And with these animals, the last thing I want to do is have something go wrong, especially the older they get, the closer they get to breeding. So that being said, he'll do just great here, and he'll eat like a monster. And look at him, he's so upset. One thing I want to do, I don't know if I can live stream on my YouTube channel. I think you have to have either 1,000 or 10,000 subs, but one thing I'd love to do one day when it's possible, or maybe on Instagram Live, is hold him and just hold him really loosely and get bit by him a lot. And maybe like every time I get bit, I donate $1 to like a charity or something that have you guys pick out ahead of time or something like that. But you can see he's totally pissed off right now. He is upset. So I'm going to put him back. I'm James from James Reptiles. This is Frederick, my male Vietnamese blue beauty snake. I have a pair now, and I can't wait to breed them in a couple of years. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned if you want to see this whole journey with me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. All that definitely helps with the channel. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, James Reptiles. If you have any questions, if you want to see pictures, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to check out my MorphMarket.